The morning light filters through your window and you roll over with a sense of dread. Something feels off. You glance down and notice what should be there isn't quite showing up the way it used to. That energy you once had, that drive, that feeling of being unstoppable, it's gone. Your body feels softer, weaker, like you're operating at half capacity. You dragged yourself out of bed, already exhausted, and wonder when exactly you stopped feeling like yourself. This isn't about vanity or ego. It's about your vitality, your health, your ability to show up in life with the strength you deserve. What you're experiencing isn't random bad luck or just getting older. It's a hormonal crisis that millions of men face every single day, and most don't even know they're in the middle of it. Low testosterone is stealing your life one morning at a time, and the worst part is that the solutions being sold to you are complete garbage. Walk into any supplement store or scroll through social media for 5 minutes and you'll be bombarded with magic pills, mysterious powders, and exotic berries promising to turn you into a hormonal powerhouse overnight. They'll show you shredded models, throw around fancy science terms, and make it sound like 3 capsules a day will solve everything. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. You cannot buy your way out of low testosterone. You cannot shortcut your way to strength. Real testosterone, the kind that makes you feel alive, confident, and powerful, isn't manufactured in a lab and shipped to your doorstep in a plastic bottle. It's earned through the choices you make every single day. It's built through discipline, through understanding how your body actually works, and through respecting the ancient biological systems that have kept men strong for thousands of years. So throw away those overpriced supplements and listen closely, because what you're about to learn will change everything about how you feel, look, and perform. Let's start with the most underestimated weapon in your testosterone arsenal: sleep. You probably think 5 or 6 hours is enough because you've got things to do, people to see, and Netflix shows to finish. But while you're scrolling through your phone at midnight, your body is screaming for rest because that's when the magic happens. Between 7 and 9 hours of quality sleep is when your body produces the majority of its testosterone. This isn't happening during your morning workout or your afternoon meeting. It's happening while you're unconscious, while your body is in deep recovery mode, rebuilding and restoring what the day has broken down. When you cut your sleep short, you're literally cutting your testosterone production short. Studies show that men who sleep 5 hours or less can experience testosterone drops of up to 15%. That's not a small dip. That's a hormonal nosedive that affects everything from your mood to your muscle mass to your ability to think clearly. But it's not just about quantity. The quality of your sleep matters as much, and this is where most men are sabotaging themselves without even knowing it. Your bedroom should be a cave, completely dark, almost unnervingly so. Any light, even the tiny glow from your phone charger or the street light outside, can disrupt your circadian rhythm and mess with melatonin production, which then cascades into lower testosterone. Get blackout curtains, cover your electronics, or use a sleep mask. Make your room so dark you can't see your hand in front of your face. And stop drinking coffee, energy drinks, or anything with caffeine after 2 in the afternoon. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours, meaning that cup of coffee at 4 p.m. is still buzzing in your system when you're trying to fall asleep at 10. You might think you're fine, but your deep sleep cycles are being shredded, and with them, your testosterone. Consistency is the final piece of the sleep puzzle that nobody talks about. Your body runs on rhythm, on patterns, on predictable cycles that it can trust. When you go to bed at midnight on Monday, 10 p.m. on Tuesday, and 2 a.m. on Friday, you're confusing every hormonal system in your body. Your cortisol spikes at the wrong times, your melatonin gets delayed, and your testosterone production becomes erratic. Go to bed at the same time every single night, even on weekends. Wake up at the same time every single morning, even if you don't have to. And when you do wake up, get outside and see sunlight within the first 30 minutes. Sunlight hitting your eyes in the morning tells your brain that the day has started, which sets your entire hormonal clock for the next 24 hours. This isn't hippie nonsense. This is basic biology that modern life has made us forget. Now, let's talk about the belly fat that's slowly killing your testosterone from the inside out. Most men think fat is just stored energy, something annoying that sits around their waist and makes them look softer than they'd like. But fat, especially the kind that accumulates around your gut, is not passive. It's active, metabolically aggressive tissue that's working against you every single day. Inside your fat cells lives an enzyme called aromatase, and this enzyme is your testosterone's worst enemy. Aromatase takes your precious testosterone and converts it into estradiol, which is a form of female hormone. Let that sink in. The more belly fat you carry, the more aromatase you have. The more aromatase you have, the more of your testosterone gets converted into a female hormone. And here's where it gets even worse. Higher estrogen levels signal your body to store more fat, which creates more aromatase, which converts more testosterone, which stores more fat. You're trapped in a vicious cycle that feeds on itself.
Breaking this cycle requires understanding what body fat percentage you should actually aim for. The sweet spot for testosterone optimization is between 12 and 15% body fat. This is lean enough to minimize aromatase activity, but not so lean that your body thinks you're starving and shuts down hormone production. Going below 8% body fat might make you look shredded, but it's also going to tank your energy, wreck your sleep, and crash your testosterone. Your body needs some fat to function properly. The goal isn't to be a bodybuilder on stage. The goal is to be strong, healthy, and hormonally optimized for the long haul. If you're currently sitting above 20% body fat, you need to get into a caloric deficit of 300 to 500 calories per day. Not a crash diet, not some extreme restriction that leaves you miserable and binging on weekends. A sustainable, consistent deficit that allows you to lose fat steadily while preserving muscle mass and keeping your hormones in check. Lifting heavy things is the next non-negotiable part of this equation, and not just because it makes you look better. When you lift heavy weights, you're sending a powerful signal throughout your entire body that screams survival mode. Your large muscle groups, your legs, your back, your chest, they all activate and tell your brain that you're in a high-stakes situation that requires more strength. This signal travels to your hypothalamus, which then communicates with your pituitary gland, which releases luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone travels down to your testicles and tells them to produce more testosterone. This is the natural pathway, the biological system that's been working for thousands of years, and it all starts with you picking something heavy and putting it back down. The exercises that trigger this response most effectively are compound movements that use multiple muscle groups at once. Squats, deadlifts, bench press, rows, pull-ups, dips, and overhead press. These are the movements that matter. Forget the bicep curls and calf raises for a minute. Those have their place, but they're not moving the testosterone needle. You want to lift in the 70 to 85% range of your maximum capacity. This means if you can bench press 200 pounds for 1 rep, you should be training with weights between 140 and 170 pounds for sets of 3 to 8 reps. This intensity range is perfect for stimulating testosterone production without overtaxing your central nervous system or spiking cortisol too high. Train 3 to 4 days per week with full recovery between sessions and watch your body transform, not just physically, but hormonally. Finally, we need to address the silent killer that's running in the background of most men's lives: chronic stress. Cortisol is your body's primary stress hormone, and in the right context, it's incredibly useful. It helps you escape danger, regulates your blood sugar, fights infections, and keeps you alert when you need to be. But cortisol was designed for short bursts, for acute threats that come and go. It was never meant to be elevated all day, every day, which is exactly what modern life does to you. You wake up stressed about work, sit in traffic stressed about being late, spend 8 hours stressed about deadlines, come home stressed about bills, scroll through social media stressed about world events, and then lay in bed stressed about not being able to sleep. Your cortisol never gets a chance to come down, and when cortisol stays elevated, testosterone gets suppressed. High cortisol also spikes your blood sugar and insulin levels, which over time leads to insulin resistance, more belly fat storage, and further testosterone decline. Everything is connected in a web of cause and effect that most people never see. Reducing stress isn't about bubble baths and meditation apps, though those can help. It's about making structural changes to your life that allow your nervous system to actually recover. That means setting boundaries with work, turning off notifications, spending time in nature, moving your body, laughing with people you care about, and disconnecting from the digital chaos that's rewiring your brain for anxiety. It also means accepting that you can't control everything and learning to let go of the things that don't actually matter. When you put all of these pieces together, sleep, body composition, heavy lifting, and stress management, you create a foundation that allows your body to produce testosterone the way it was designed to. No pills, no shortcuts, no magic berries. Just consistent action based on how your biology actually works. You'll start waking up with energy, you'll feel that drive come back. Your body will get leaner and stronger. Your mind will get sharper and more focused. You'll look at yourself in the mirror and recognize the man staring back at you. That's not fantasy. That's what happens when you stop looking for easy answers and start doing the real work that actually moves the needle. Your testosterone isn't broken, your lifestyle is. Fix the lifestyle, and the testosterone will follow.